And it's not just sewage spills. Heavy rains in Mobile also bringing plenty of flooded streets. And the city is spending tens of millions of dollars to address that issue.
Yeah, our investigative reporter Brendan Kirby is live downtown now at the site of one of those bigger projects. And Brendan, Broad Street is going to be torn up, they say, for a while.
Yeah, it will, Shelby and Lenise, and Broad Street project is going to be going on for another couple of years, and let me show you what it looks like right now. This is causing a lot of headaches for drivers, but city officials say the payoff will be a vastly increased ability to handle rain. The Broad Street project is the most ambitious yet in Mayor Sandy Stimpson's efforts to upgrade infrastructure that in some cases dates back hundreds of years. Chief of Staff James Barber says the city still has wooden pipes in some parts. Broad will remain closed at Dolphin Street until the end of the summer. The entire project will go on until 2023. The city has purchased 4 additional vacuum trucks since 2019. That has significantly increased the number of drains that city workers can clean. The city last year and in 2019 improved 66 miles of ditches, cleaned more than 10,000 drains, closed 9,700 linear feet of ditches, and repaired or replaced 5,800 linear feet of concrete ditches.
And so look at a very vast network, a 300-year-old drainage system that's all been piecemealed together. And so there's a lot of effort into making sure that we change out that infrastructure. And again, a lot of the flooding you see isn't because of drainage in that area, but something happening downstream.
The Broad Street project comes a couple of years after the city finished one of the most notorious public works projects in recent years, upgrades to Florida Street. That work lasted 14 months and drew complaints from businesses along the road.
Right here,
Lindsay Stiegler, owner of Soiree Signatures, says it was challenging doing business during that time. But she says since the work finished, she only remembers one really bad storm that flooded the road.
Since then, everything seems to be flowing really well. I don't ever really notice any major puddles or anything, but the flow of traffic is also really good.
The city has done smaller scale work in residential areas too.
Do a huge kind of thing, you know, if you're launching a boat.
Like Grand Boulevard. Resident Laura McMahon Fulford says it's not perfect, but noticeably better.
It was sort of those conditions where they say don't drive because you can't tell if the road is still there. It was pretty high. I think there was one time I walked up and it was up to about here. If I were down, it was basically covering up into my shoes.
City officials tell me that they plan to use funds from the BP oil spill to pay for a comprehensive GPS mapping of every piece of stormwater infrastructure in the city. That will help planners identify vulnerable areas. Reporting live in Mobile, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.